Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Isaac and I'm going to try and do a basic tutorial, just a video I was going to do just for my friends if they ever wanted to play it so they're not real confused. I've been playing this game for about, well, I wouldn't say 20 years, probably about 18 years off and on. This is a different account that I started a long time ago. So this is my main account now. I'm in silver status right now. Let's see, these are all my characters, which doesn't really matter because I'm gonna create a new one. You can go, you can play the game real good, free to play, up to 1,000 AAs. I think it's level cap is 85, which is still really good, depending on how you play it. If you just want to get power leveled by somebody or some friend, it might take the fun out of it. I recommend strongly just playing it like old school if you know how to. This is the newest graphics that they had, which came out like what, 2001, 2002, something like that, maybe later, I can't remember. It's been so long, but you can go old school graphics if you want to, which I seem to enjoy more. But for right now, I'm just going to create a basic character so you can see how it is. I'm gonna create characters. Yeah, I'm just gonna. You got male and female. There's your males. So this right here is the last race they ever came out with, and which was a long time ago. I don't think they're gonna come out with any more because they got it kind of evened up here, unless they revamp it somehow. It used to be owned by Sony, this game, but now it's owned by Daybreak, and apparently Daybreak's going through a lot of issues right now. So I don't know how much longer this game's going to be around. Hopefully it stays for another 20 years. I really enjoyed it. If not, there is a Project 1999. It's a group of people that started up the servers to play EverQuest old school, which you can play on here. They have the time lock, I think it was progression servers. It's like servers you can play like the game originally was back in 1999. But the issue with that is you have to pay $15 a month, or however much. If you pay a year, I think it's cheaper. It's like $9.99 or something like that a month, but it adds up. But it's like $120, I think, or something like that for a whole year. But yeah, but you have to pay to get in those servers. So I always play as female characters most of the time, except for my berserker. I don't know, I just like them better. So I'm just going I'm just trying to do this as quick as possible. And I'm sorry if I sound a little funny, I just woke up. I've had this in my mind to do since last night, and it kept passing through my mind as I was sleeping. So I have got to get this done as soon as possible so I can get it over with. This is a barbarian class. I mean, they look beautiful. On EverQuest 2, if anybody's ever seen it, they don't look real good. They look kind of butch. Which is weird, but hey, whatever. You get your dark elves, dwarves, erudites, gnomes, half elves, halfling, high elf, human, iskar, ogre, troll, vansheer, wood elf, frogalock, and then dragon, which is a dragon race. Created by dragons. Touched by dragon's blood. They were created by the 6 dragons of the nest to protect Vansheer's bloodline of the Norath. So the world we'll be playing on is Norath. So this is not Earth and like that. It looks, I guess, similar. It's got the same concept. It was like medieval type style. So my highest level character is an Enchanter, which mine is dragon. Which Enchanters can, when they get to higher levels, they can get spells to look like any of these races if they want to. It's an illusion spell. They get all kinds of different stuff, which I love. And they get pets. So let's see. Trying to figure out what I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna go make a necromancer, because it's a class I really enjoyed. I played before, but I don't have. This really doesn't matter. This is your deity, whatever you call it. Some of them have different ones. I don't think evil races do. let's see, like this Necromancer, yeah, they got different ones. There are certain spells you cannot use unless you have a certain deity, which is their god. So, but for the most part, the same thing with gear. Well, I don't know if it's still like that, but there used to be for the same way for gear. A certain armor that was created that you couldn't wear unless you had a certain deity or deity. The only city you can spawn at is Crescent Reach, which is the new ones, which comes from the dragon people. I hated the fact that they changed that, because everybody used to be able to start in their own starting city, but it's not really that bad because you gotta go through a tutorial, which you can skip instantly if you want to, and then you can go to Planar Knowledge Book, which I'll try and show you that, and from there, if you want to, you can go old school and go where your starting city is originally, if you know where it's at, and play from there. Which I recommend to do, but I guess that's just me. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to Iskar, Necromancer. Appearance options, just basic face. Some of them have more detail, like facial hair and stuff for males, stuff like that, which I thought was also awesome. Which is the dwarven women appearance. They can have facial hair, so you can give them beards and stuff. You know, that's so funny. Which is cool, you know, because the dwarven women look alike to the dwarven men per se in books and stuff like that. They have beards and stuff like that. This is the masculinity of it or something. Alright, let's go back. Getting off subject here. There's so much you can go over. It's just I'm trying to do a short video, but I got a feeling it's gonna be like an hour long. I don't know if it is. I apologize. You can skip. There's certain parts if you need to. Anyway, go to appearance real quick. I like the green. Anything green really. You get eyes. Ooh yeah, there you go. Green eyes. We'll accept that. We do a random name. Yeah, I'll just take that, whatever. You can uncheck tutorial, but if you uncheck tutorial, you're just gonna go to Crescent Reach. You won't go to your starting town. And used to, when it first came out, you can choose Crescent Reach, or you can choose the original town that you started from, but they changed all that. Here's your advanced options, where you can put your points in. It's already preset, but if you want to change them up, you can. All you gotta do is hit minus, and then you can put them in different spots if you want to. Like, you can put it in strength, which doesn't matter on a necro stamina, and they need stamina because it's a caster based character. A necromancer is most of them, I guess. A lot of people what's that word? Compare a necromancer to a warlock type thing. So, but intelligence, which you'll need. More intelligence, more mana. Each class is different. Druids and rangers need wisdom. Clerics need wisdom. Necromancers, wizards need intelligence, so on and so forth. So it's the basic like this. Here, let's see. You have each class has a melee class counter to it, I believe. If not all but one, just about. Like the wizard, not the wizard. No, the wizard don't have one. Okay. So for instance, you have a druid. All right, the melee class to a druid is a ranger, just like a necromancer. The melee class is a shadow knight. They have basically the same spells, except they can wear armor and stuff like that. A paladin is a melee class to a cleric. Enchanter, I believe, type of melee class. The only thing I could figure close to would be to an enchanter would be a bard. Berserker has it's his own thing. Warrior is his own thing. Monk is their own thing. Rogue. So, wait a minute. Shaman. A melee class to a shaman. I don't think there is one. So I'm guessing there is other types of classes they could probably come out with. They do the research for them, but I don't know if they ever will. It's sad to see the game fall as far as it has over the past 20 years, but I still enjoy it. Yeah, me and my dad played it a long time ago. So I'm going to go ahead and create this character, enter the tutorial so I can tell you the basics. Hopefully it's not rejected. There we go. Because sometimes I'll do these random names and it gets rejected. There is a basic honestly, my frame rate dropped because it's loading. I hope it's not screwing up my mic. Well, just in case, I'll wait. Yeah, there's a basic story right here. It used to have a voiceover. Now it don't. I don't know why. But it just read it to you and stuff like that. It tells you about the Cobalt caught you and stuff like that, and you gotta escape, which is interesting for you. You hit escape, just skip it. Alright, this right here, don't let it freak you out. It looks complicated as hell because there's just stuff just thrown up here, but it's not, especially when you already have it preset in a different character, because you can load their loadout. Oh yeah. So I just recommend clicking this off real quick because it's going to be a little weird. So you just click that off, hit Arias, just click escape. Used to you had to type it in. They've changed all that now. They've changed a lot of stuff over the last 20 years. See, just hit accept on the quest. I would just hit this little square to minimize it. All this stuff can be moved around, so you can customize it really good if you want it to. This right here is new. They just did this like, I don't know, a few weeks ago maybe. I can't remember. But you can just detach this tab if you want to, because it sucks, because when you're in combat, this will blink over here and it's irritating, and if someone's chatting you can't see it unless you click the tab again. So I don't know why they did that. Hopefully they change it back, but if not, you can detach it, whatever. I'm just going to leave all this stuff where it's at because you're going to get more stuff as it goes. Should automatically have a weapon, bag with some food, and sort of bandages. They revamped this tutorial. It didn't look like this before. I mean, it's the same layout, except they made the walls and everything look different. So the ceiling, they added stuff. You just gotta come over here. You gotta hit Q to attack. Hey, I can't remember what it used to be before. I don't remember. But it's Q now, so you just left click the key out of the inventory and give it to them. If you right click, it's going to go into your bags. You have to open your bags to take it out. But if you want to hold something, always left click. If you want to just loot something, put it in your bags, hold right click. Just give that to him. You get your level. And you just hail him one more time by hitting H. I should have touched that earlier. That's how you talk to him. You just hit H. And it automatically hail somebody. Alright, so like this, they changed up, put a lot of this grass and stuff in here, made it look I guess better. They just amped the graphics up or something, I don't know. Anyways, you come over here and talk to this guy. So now you got all this other stuff. You got these little bars that popped up, and this right here, which is, I always put my spell over here. Like I said, this right here, I don't know what this is. This tells you about the specials. I always click it. Actually, to get it out of the way. But if you get the plus sign right there, how it sees the cursor goes into like a plus sign, you can actually move that out of your way. And I always just put it somewhere where I don't need it. This is the only thing you cannot move for some reason. I have no idea. But I always put my health and stuff over here. So, like I said, you can copy someone's layout, which I'm going to do. My other character, which I got a good layout for her. Copy layout. You just click that. So there's the option button right here, and then you scroll down to whatever character that you have. It tells you everyone, even on different servers. It'll tell you, as long as it's on the same account. So I'm gonna go with McGonagall, my wizard. I'm gonna copy layout, hit yes, and then it'll take a few seconds depending on how good your computer are. My old computer took like 5 minutes, it seemed like. Come on. It's taking longer than I thought it would. But I'm gonna go over the customizations of all this stuff too. I mean, you can color all this stuff. So this is what I have in my basic setup. I have this for all my characters, even the Malay class, because I can put their combat skills down here. Which with Malay class, you don't have spells. Well, most of them. Let me say it again. Some of them you don't have spells, like Monk, Warrior, Berserker, but you have combat skills you can use. Paladins, Rangers, Shadow Knights, they have spells that go with their skills and stuff. They'll have them over here, and they'll have a few combat skills like Kick and or Berserker's got like a Slam, which you can't do. Well, no, Slam you can do. Bash you can't do unless you have a shield. I think that Paladin has that, Shadow Knight. But alright, so you talk to him, he tell you, yeah. Just tells you stuff. You can read it if you want. Here's your quest button, everything you got to do. There's a lot of quests down here. You can get decent gear down here, but I've done it so many times, I always skip it now. I might go in and get the chest piece, which you can get from a quest from this person, this guard over here. And that guard over there, you can get like the legs, I think. And then after that, I get the hell out. But I do recommend you go around and do these first quests right here, because it gives you stuff that's actually useful. Like you heal this person right here by hitting H. You hit OK. You hit Bless down here where it popped up. It'll give you a buff, but you can come back to this character only in the tutorial. Hail them every time. Hit Bless, and they'll keep buffing you. It's like an HP buff. So an armor buff. So this is a spell that it gave me. It's in my hand. You can actually click the square right here, or you can put it in your inventory and just right click it now. It didn't used to be like that. See, use your muscles. So this takes the strength from an enemy and gives it to you, which I guess is really useful if you're low on weight, but it doesn't really help too much unless you're a Shadow Knight. And a Shadow Knight's got this, and that's what actually helps. Okay, so you held that one. We'll come over here. We'll hell this girl right here. And just see. So we talk to her. This one will give you a quest. Just accept it. Hell him again. This right here is some of the newest stuff. You just keep hitting OK, and then the quest is done. I always select experience because 10 silver ain't nothing. Which I think it might have just gave me both. I'm not sure. Anyways, this is a bunch of quests you can do throughout every zone. They get it all organized, and it's really good. It's like the best thing that they've done. I think Sony came up with it before they sold the company. I can't remember. Classes, levels. Let's see. You'll get stuff for just reaching levels. If you clear an entire thing, like this one right here, it tells you to do things. Deliver blood. I don't. It's kind of confusing to me. I guess you can look up a better tutorial on how to do it, but I don't ever do it. Because once you complete it, it'll give you like a bunch of loot and stuff like that. Give you all kinds of good gear. I like to find my own stuff because I like it old school. There's too many games right now that's obsessed with doing these simple quests where you go out and kill a bunch of stuff and can come back. And this one's different because it's a lot harder than most games that I've played, especially if you're not careful. It used to be extremely hard. This game was based solely on grouping up with people before. Now it's more of a solo friendly thing until you get like level 70, and from then on you can start doing groups and stuff. Let's see. So you come over here and heal this person. Oh, you gotta just give them your weapon. Just take your weapon out, give it to them. and then that's complete. And you should put that back in your hand if you want to. Which casters don't really use weapons that much, except for the lower levels. After about 10, you don't really use them. You just stand back and cast your spells on people. That's a mercenary guy. I'll do him in a second. Soulbinder. See, hot bars. Yeah, she's on here. So you just tell her, hit accept. I strongly recommend you do this one, because you hit accept and then you tell her again. Just click hitting OK. It tells you about stuff if you want to read it. It tells you about the hot bars and how they work. As you know, it says right there in the parentheses or whatever that thing is. Select option. This right here is useful. I think it lasts for like 4 minutes, and I think you can recast it every 10 minutes. So it's actually really good if you want to travel a short distance. If you ain't got somebody to cast a spell on you of Spirited Wolf. Yeah, you can actually take this from the inventory bag and put it right here. Just hold left click to do that, and then it pops out, and then you just right click it, and it puts a movement speed on you to where you can move a little bit faster. So it's not all fast. I still think Spirited Wolf is a little bit tad faster, but it's a lot better than a normal base run speed. So we're gonna come over here and talk to her real quick. She's gonna give you a piece of armor. You just put it on, and then say others down here. Just click the blue button, and then just keep hitting. Okay, well that's done then. I thought I had to keep hitting it. Grouping and communications just got tells you everything. Like I said, this is a tutorial. They tell you everything you need to know, basics. Maybe it's more than just basics. So if you take the time to read it, if you really want to get into it and learn everything, or you can just group up with somebody, ask them, and then hopefully you can play with a friend that's been playing for years. You have Horias. This is a good item to have because it's got some stats on it, but throughout the entire game, even when I get to like a level 70, 75, 80, I only ever had this one charm. There's some other ones you can do, but they're complicated, I think. I don't know. I mean, not really big into the quest. I just like going out and killing stuff, grouping up with people, just trying to have fun and not really have to worry about completing all these quests. There's additional quests you can do by talking to these other people. It tells you how to do the baking, trade skills type thing. Or crafting, actually. Yeah, trade skills. Okay. Which is like the same thing. So that's basically it. And then after you complete that, like I said, this is all adjustable. You can move all this. You can right click, which I had it before on my old computer. I have to redo it since it's on a new computer. You can go to tint color, turn it on green. You can turn the whole thing green, or you can go back and tint and go to like a blue color. This seems to screw my eyes a little bit. Let's do like a light green. Yeah, there you go. That's a lot better. You can do all that, customize. You can have even your spell bar right here. You can right click if you're fast enough. I guess you don't have to be fast enough. You can tint it, so now it's slightly green. So that I cast right there is an HP buff, minor shielding. He's going to give me like 7 points of health, which at this level, well, I guess it's good. But yeah, basically you'll come over here. You held this person right here. You hit accept. And this is the quest he gave you. You can preview reward, like I said. He gives you, okay, this one gives you the legs. Once you complete it, you held this one right here. Preview reward, and this one will give you the robe, the chest piece, stuff like that. You can accept. So, like these two quests, let's see. This is the robe. No, this is the cocoon silks. This is my map. Let me get this real quick. This map right here, it's not the original map. This is the one I installed from online. You can just Burwell. You can just Google that if you want, EQ maps or something like that. This is the default map. See how basic it is. It doesn't really tell you much. It just tells you what stuff is. This is the map I use because it's better. It gives you more detail. And not only that, a lot of the old zones on here, if you go and hit M for your map, there will be no map. You have to install them from a third-party website or whatever or something like that. I guess that's what they call it. and that way you can see, and they give you a lot of these people. I recommend this one because it gives you detailed. It tells you where all the names are, roamers, where they go, stuff like that. So and it's color coded. You can change height level if you want. You can click certain things off. I mean, it's all customizable. There's even a way to create your own map if you want to, but I don't recommend that. This is a zone guide right here. If you have any quests, you just type in the zone you need to get to, and it will tell you how to get to it from down here or something like that. Like I don't know. There's just different ones. Like it tells you, like you click Clan Crushbone. Its destination zone is the Greater Fate Arc, which you can get there through the POK. Which it doesn't tell you that, but if you go to Plane of Knowledge, it can tell you on the map, if you have a decent map, where they all go. Anyways, let's go back to this quest right here. So these cocoons. So basically, what you'll do, you'll come over here, this area. You get there's a bunch of little cocoon like balls wrapped up in spider web. You just this tab right here. There's a button. You click this open. You can actually drag this if you want. Put it on your bar. You click that button when you're targeting it something. Like, let's see. Let me take this map off. Alright, so you'll come over here. There's the button like this. This is a vermin nest, which is actually part of my other quest for the legs. It looks like. You just click open and it opens it right up. Now this loot thing, I hate. I hate the fact that they changed this loot to where you can just click this stuff and an automatically be like that. You can roll, you can, I don't know, it's confusing as hell. I don't really like it. That's the bad thing about grouping when people got that set. If you want to go old school, just unclick all this stuff. And then click auto, I always do auto split so you can split with the group. Whenever you loot something, you automatically split the money between you. If you don't have that checked, whoever loots gets all the money. So like this, open, and then you right click. And this is what I love. You can just right click, or you can left click and just drag it manually if you want to, and take this stuff. Like for this one, you can get bone chips in here through those, and I think you can get them from the rat only in here. Now the tutorial, the only way to get bone chips is to buy them from mercenaries, not mercenaries, merchants. Oh, Rufus. I don't know if I'll be able to kill him. He's probably going to kill me. He is a named rat. Man, that dagger is huge. It's like a sword. I don't know if they changed that. I don't remember the daggers looking that big. Yeah, I should be able to kill him. I'm just sitting here live tap. This will keep healing me, which is the good thing, and it does damage to him. I'm just gonna spam this until he's dead. This guy drops a haste item, or spell haste item, I think, for a caster, and he'll drop a 10% haste item for a melee class. So, which is really good to have. It's the first haste item you can get, which back in the day, haste items were hard to come by, and when you could get them, they were expensive if you had to buy them. Oh, I'm out of mana. And just, you had to get a group, and you had to win. See, what? See, now this is a ripoff. The boss had nothing. He had no special item. That's messed up. They should fix that. Anyways, to get him to pop, you just kill a bunch of these rats. Kill the... It's like, God, there's nothing but rats. Bats can spawn in the rats area, but since these are all rats, so I would just kill all these to get that item. There's different bosses through here. You can go to what was that website? Alakazam or something like that. And you can click on EQ, and it tells you everything you need to know about bosses or stuff. Or you can just Google it yourself, or whatever. Anyways, down here in the spider caves is where you get those cocoon things, and you can loot that, and then you just need 4 of them, and then you'll come back and you do a turn in, and it'll tell you who to go to on here, back here, and you can get it. I'm not going to do this right now. I'll probably do it later. If you leave the tutorial area, you can come back to the tutorial area until you hit level 10. Up to level 10, I think it is. After that, you can't come back no more because you're to be too high. Now, it used to be if you was still bind here, your soul was bound. Like you held this person right here, and you just hit OK, and you hit bind my soul. So when you die, you'll respawn right here. Used to, you could be up to level 50, die, and you get respawned in here. You can buff and help everybody, which was good. Now it won't do that. If you die, you'll come here for like a fraction of a second, and then it'll teleport you out to I think Plane of Knowledge, or no, Crescent Reach. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm forgetting anything. But yeah, this is just the basics. Here's your spells. It tells you who's got who spell: Necromancer, Druid stuff, Malay stuff for fighters, Bard, Enchanter. Yeah, Bard and Enchanter are in the same class, same thing. So Enchanters and the Bards are the Malay of the Enchanter. So that just confirms it, I believe. But this has got Mage and Wizard spells because they're basically the same, except mages get pets, but they can't do as much damage in the end game as wizards can. Wizards get pets too, I believe, when they get a higher level. It's kind of useless though at that point. Necromancer, Shadow Knight, which is where I would be. Oh, Shaman and Beast Lords. Beast Lords are a great character. They're like, they fight as fast as monks. They use this on like hand-to-hand combat weapons. But they can also give good HP buffs. They can sow, which is Spirit of Wolf, which is the run speed. They can slow mobs down, and they can haste people. They give them more attack speed. So they're Beast Lords is where it's at. So I recommend a Beast Lord for everything. Especially if you're starting out and you're new, because you get a pet and everything else. Depends on what race you are, what kind of pet you get. My sinuses are screwed up. I'm sorry about this. Yeah, he's got all your spells. Once you buy the spell, it'll still be up here. But once you put the spell in, it won't be up here no more. Where's that other one? The True North spell. What level is that? So yeah, that's a level 2 Necromancer. So I can actually buy that. And then when I go to put it in, oops. If you in the spellbook, you can actually organize your spellbook. Just right click in it and click where you want the spell to go. It's useful. True North, useless spell. It's in here because the old days before, you like this compass up here, it didn't work like it was supposed to. You had a sense heading. You had to do a skill and learn the hard way until it got to 100. Because this thing would just bob all over the place before until you figured it out. Until you sat here and just click in the button, the sense head, which is still in here. Tells you which way you're going. You think you're heading northwest, which I was. It's right there, northwest. So, oh yeah, let's go do the merc. This is a new thing they put in the game. I enjoy it because it helps you get through the game. It actually makes it a lot easier if you don't have no one to play with. And if you do have people to play with, it helps. You can have your own group with just like 2 people, because your merc goes into your group and acts like a person. I love doing LDONs. I always have and always will. It's just the hard part. You can't get people to do them. You need at least 3 in a group. Your mark counts as 1. A lot of times I'll just look for someone like you do a / who all. They can do like that. Level 2. Okay. Who all 2? No. Offline mode 2. Yeah. So it tells you the name, the level 2 people. They're in offline mode because they're all in the bazaar. Most low people in the bazaar. So, which is sellers. You can go in the bazaar. You can leave your characters there. Well, you used to. I don't know how it is now. But used to, you just leave your characters there. You can price all your items in your bag. Somebody come around, right click you like you're a merchant, and look through your bags and buy the item that they want. There's also, you can type /BAZAR ZAR, Bazaar. Bring up the Bazaar, which this is new. You can do this anywhere now. Used to you can only do it in Bazaar as soon as you enter the zone, but it's really good. Like Necromancer, you go to your race Iskar. You can do different pieces. Like I'm just going to say example, chest piece, fine item, and there you go. These are augments right here, but you got some chest pieces like this. You just right click. This is for a level 106 to 110. 4,000 HP. It's got all this stuff on there. I mean, it's just all this good stuff. So this is crazy how this item has this much HP on it. Used to back in the day when I played, people would fight. People had fight and left guilds over an item that they didn't win, that they thought they deserved, that had only 100 HP on it. But this is crazy. I mean, it's just it's like wow. So, but you know, like I'm saying, this game's changed over the years. It's a lot easier. So this is basic thing right here. Here's a barter. BARTER. Now this is kind of the same thing. You can sell your items. You can. It tells you there's no buyers. This I always recommend you do this. Type barter before you sell your loot, because there's stuff in here, especially crafting stuff like meats for people making food, armor, stuff like that, like skins and stuff like that. Stuff for poison making. People will pay out the butt for the stuff, so they don't have to go look for it themselves. You can make a lot of money doing it this way. Like you can take an item, like I sold an item on the barter for 105 plats. Now if I went to a vendor and sold it, I get 1 copper. So it's really good to do it like this. Like I said, you can sell from anywhere and get your money instantly. When it comes to Bazaar, if you buy from the Bazaar, you have to go to a special person in Plane of Knowledge, which is POK, to retrieve that item. If you which I'll try to remember to show you that, which I think it is a small fee for doing it that way, or you can just go to the Bazaar and get it yourself, unless you're premium, I think it is, or have a special coin for them to deliver it directly to you, like a carrier type thing. We're going to do this mercenary. This was different from the one in the Plane of Knowledge where you get all your mercenaries, or most of them. He just wants to give you a quest. Let's see, mercenary hire. So you gotta hire a mercenary. You right click. Alright, so this journeyman, that's all access. So you have to pay the $15 a month, and they have better stuff. Like tells you how they did balanced passive mode, means they don't do anything, stuff like that. This one has balance, just aggressive and passive. Healer. So let's see. Yeah, tank and healer. That's all they have in here. When you get out there, they have a fighter, which is a melee class, mainly like a rogue or something like that stands back and hits them in the back. They try not to get aggro, and if they do, I think they'll move away or stop attacking. I can't remember how that works. But that's just for them. For the tanks, they will try to get aggro, so everything's focused on them. Healers, they'll try their best to heal without getting aggro, which is to get the mob attention. And if they do get the attention, it's only because they had to really super heal somebody because they're about to die, and then the mobs got pissed off, started beating on them. So, like, I see tank, healer. Since this is necro, and I will have a pet, a bone pet that I can make, which is a skeleton. I'm just going to do healer, so it can keep the healer can keep the pet alive. This confidence is low. I always choose high. I don't know why anybody would get low, but I'm going to do healer high, and just hit higher. It doesn't cost anything for like the first 20 levels, I think, and after that it starts costing like a few maybe silvers or gold pieces and stuff like that. And if you have to dismiss some mercenary that you want, like these are all humans, you can go to the ones in POK and select from any race that you want to, stuff like that. You can dismiss will completely get rid of your mercenary. You have to go and get another one. You have to go and pay for another one, unless you're still a low level. But you have to wait. I think wait 5 minutes after you dismiss one. Suspend. Just suspend them for a little bit, and you can call them back. Just takes them out of the group. They're still yours though. So I'm gonna put this back over here. And I always like, not this one. That's where you buy stuff for funds on inline, real money. I always do the voice macro when I'm in groups, stuff like that. You like,
come and assist me.
Yeah.
Yes.
And each race got their own stuff.
And I'll kill you. Hail to victory.
So it's pretty neat how they do that. It's on the EQ button on the actions at the voice macro. So if you're in a group, you just hit the whatever you want to, like just do part. Just hit group.
Take care.
Say if you're in raid, you do it in raid. Tails, then tails, and this is a test button. And then keep it muted if you want to. But some of them speak different languages. They'll say something. The words will pop up, what it means, and they'll say something else in their language. So, alright, so this mercenary guy. Sinuses are all screwed up. Come over here. This is Cobalt Infiltrators. So basically what you'll do is you'll sit here and you'll kill these things. So you can click it down here, which I don't normally do. I don't know why I'm doing it now. I'm gonna take these off. Just hold left click and you can lift them out of there like this. I don't need any of that. So you'll do life tap. Siphon some strength. There you go, and that gives them a weakness. It lowers his strength a little bit. So you just sit here and beat on until they're dead. This is, I didn't know Necromancers had Forge. I guess it must be something I just forgot. Forge is really good. I recommend getting that skill up because you can forge all kinds of stuff. You just click on it. Oh, look, I found some. Fishing grub. You can use that for fishing. So that's pretty neat. Alright, so now that he's dead. Oh, dang it. I think I was supposed to. Yes, I was supposed to talk to him. I'm gonna have to do it again. Well, I'm not going to. But anyway, I was supposed to talk to him and then go kill the Cobalt Infiltrator. Which, it just gives you experience. It doesn't really give you anything. You can't preview reward, which, whatever. It's just the complete quest. So we're just going to remove that. Alright, so the way out of here is the platinum, to the... Well, we're going to get the platinum knowledge. A few things I'll have to show you through here that are useful. We'll come over here. This is the way out. You just click on the wall. You want to escape the Norath, just hit yes. So used to go back to the starting city. Now you go here. So and you go and get that for every zone that this character's never been in. There's an awful lot of rabbits in Crescent Reach. Level 1 quest person here, give her, don't ever do it. You mean you can get good stuff if you want to. I don't know why there's so many rabbits. I guess this is some kind of event going on right here. I don't know. But let's see, cast this and then I can move slightly faster. Give me some speed so I can get to where I need to go. Like over here, this is our map. Over here is where you can fight a bunch of mobs and bad guys, stuff like that. This is the main city, as you can see, with all that stuff on there. There. That one's just default. It just tells you basic stuff, where the banker is, Soulbinder, and that's it. So, but I always use this one because it tells you way more stuff. Let's see. Ooh, click those off if you want to, if you're fixing a fade, or if only you can do it with spells that have been cast on you. You can click them off if you want to, like the strength. They can click that off and it'll fade off. If it's red around it, means something else casted it on you and you can't click it off. Up here, let's see, is that the way? Yeah, that's the way. Yeah, that's right. You just click that button, the elevator goes up. There is what's I think he's always useful, and I've only found it in 2 different places. Right here, what's that? There he is. Malay Augments. Alright, click him. There's be Malay Augments here. I don't see it because I'm not a Malay character, which these you can actually find one that's your level. It does like the first one, I think it's available at level 10. It does like 10 damage. You just buy it and it'll be in your inventory. You'll click it. No, wait, let me get out of that. When you get the augment, you can click it. You hold right click on your weapon and you can put the augment into the weapon, which does like spell damage and stuff like that. That's always useful. It goes up different levels. If you want to remove the augment, you can just click on it and remove it. But if you want to remove it safely, when the augment is on the weapon, it'll tell you what you need to remove it safely. This guy right here will sell the items that you need to remove it safely. So it'll tell you, it'll say class, like if it's this one, it'd be class 12 augment. So, and they do cost money to remove them safely. So if not, it'll get destroyed. That, and where's the other person? Over here. Potions, right here. There's one right here. There's one right here. I believe this is the lower level ones. No, those are higher. Wait. Yeah, these are the higher level ones, I think. Yeah. So these are the lower level ones. And all this stuff has level requirements. Like here's an haste potion. It lasts for 30 minutes. Gives you a haste attack speed by 5% for level 1. All you gotta do is buy. You can buy a stack of 20, and you just right click it and it automatically casts it on you. They got haste, they got a healing, overtime augment, they got clarity, which is really good for casters, which is what I'll be using on this character, which makes your mana regenerate faster. Restores 12 mana every 6 seconds for up to whatever. That's level, this is level 60, so just make sure you get the one that's your level. And of course, the higher up the level they are, the more expensive they get. Here's like a divine, this is a direct heal. Like, if you click on it, it heals you up to 484 points. The higher the level, the more it heals. Like this one heals 2013 points. Waste the money, I think, for that one. When this one actually heals more, but it takes longer because it's over time. So, because like here's the 10, it heals for 769 points for 30 seconds, every 6 seconds. So it actually does more than 2,000 points than the other one. This right here, which I always forget about these. This is increases your maximum hit points and stuff like that, but up to 180 armor class by 32 for like 30 minutes. This is level 40 item. I just clicked one. It's like an HP buff if you don't have anything casted on you, which kind of waste of money. I don't know. I guess it gets better later on. Heartens your natural healing, allowing you to recover hits point faster. It's kind of like a regen. It just gives you a regen buff. This one right here, like, increases your mana and hit point regeneration. That would be good to have. Which this one's new. This one and this one is new. I remember seeing it before, and so I don't ever use it. I just use the blue one for the caster. These are really good to do. Keep in mind, they do have the potions in the POK. I haven't seen the Malay Augment people there, so let's see. So, and don't fall. This right here. Okay, there's 2 ways down. One goes up there where you can fight more monsters, and skeletons and whatnot. It would actually be a good place for this necromancer to solo. So you come over here, you gotta wait for it to come out. If you fall down there, you will take fall damage, and at this low level, I would probably die if I fell. sinus medicine in my nose. That should help. Alright, so we come down this way. Now, if you're a wizard and a druid, wizards and druids get teleporting spells where they, throughout the levels that you can buy, that teleport you throughout the all over the world, which is really useful when you want to get to where you need to go quickly. If not, you basically have to run there, like I'm doing right now. All these stuff, like this one right here, if you target it and hit C, it'll tell you what the name of it is. Scours at you ready to attack, which means if I get too close to him, he'll start beating on me, which means there's another one right there. I mean, I'll probably pull both of them. I can probably die if I don't run back to the guards. If you run back to the guards over here, they'll kill anything that comes through there that's fighting at you. So like this right here, it's indifferent just by hitting C. Just target them, hit C, and it tells you what they are. Blue, it's good to fight for good decent experience. Gray is their same level, or yeah. Yellow means they're like a level higher, maybe 2 levels higher. I can't remember. I think it's just 1 level though. 1 or 2 levels higher than you, and it looks really risky. When you get the higher levels, it says something about wiping the floor with you. Red, when you con something that's red, like the guard over there. Yeah, it says, what would you like your tombstone to say? He's level 50, which most likely you're going to die if you try to attack him. But just because they're red, if you're out there fighting mobs out in some cave or something like that, doesn't mean you're going to die from fighting them. As long as you can kite them around or fight them without, or if you have a healer or a group, you can kill reds easily, as long as they're not too far above you in level. Some mobs are undercons. They'll be like, you con them, they'll con green, which means it looks like it's like a really safe opponent. It's not really much of a challenge, and then they can beat the holy hell out of you. Vice versa. There have been some mobs that I fought in the past, and this is a long time ago. It may not be the same now, but I fought in the past to where they were red, but they didn't have any damage, and they took forever to kill though. That's weird. So this is the next area. These are all the new places where most people hang out. They start here, they go maybe to Stonehide, and then up here. High Hope Pass is actually an old zone, so they had to make an attachment to it, which I don't recommend going there, because I think once you get there, I don't know if you can turn around and come back. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Plane of Knowledge book, it's over here. You just come up the hill. Try to keep your dist up against this wall, because these things will attack you, not the snakes. They're indifferent. These rat things will though. That's level 18. That thing will kill me in a few hits. So I'm just gonna hug this wall and keep my distance until I get to this book right here. Now I just left click the book, and it take me to the plane of knowledge. Alright. So right now they got the celebration going on because it's a 20-year celebration. That's how you get back to the zone we just previously came from. It's always people that are in here standing around. So I actually got the display show NPC names there, and that shows my name above my head like that. You can type slash show, I think it's 0 show everything. Yeah, 0 shows everything. It will give you like this person right here. He's just got one name. This person, it's got, looks like Dog of War, so he's got a first and last name. A last name, unless they changed it, but a last name you can't get until you're level 20. And then let's see, Dog of War is a title, and this is their little mount to where they're riding on. So, but the thing is about this is that Let me click all that off. Mounts can only be seen with these newer graphics. Old school graphics, you cannot see the mounts. Because back then they didn't have mounts. So they didn't ever put any kind of program into it. I don't know if there would be something standing there that looks like it, or that would be a mount. They didn't have the information to create a mount in the old school graphics. So if there is something there, it would look like a person instead of a horse. I'm not sure. It's the way it used to be, but I don't know if it even shows up now. I can't remember. But this person right here, this is the girl. She's like the leader of Norath. Okay, she's the one that finds all the new stuff, every freaking DLC they came out with. She's always plastered on the front, and stuff like that. So you can go right click her. If you get loyalties you can have by let's see, like I can move this around. I think the loyalties are for being a subscriber for so long. You get points every time you are. A few things I recommend getting. You can get houses and stuff here, which I'm not going over that in this tutorial. Only done it once, and I didn't really care for it at the time. But there's different items and stuff you can get from them. Is that I think it's this one. Contract. Alright, see this contract? Let's see. Plain of knowledge will allow you to finish with the paperwork for your hire a mercenary. You will want to buy that. Buy that. Yes. So I bought that. I recommend doing it at a lower level. First thing. Let's see. What's the other thing? Healing rune. Right here. This is a healing rune. You can cast this at any point. Oh, not any point. There's a cooldown on it. Recast timer of 5 minutes. All it does, it drops in front of you or around you, and it heals everybody in the group or in the vicinity of it. You don't even have to be in the group. It just heals. And it levels up with you. So the higher the level you get, the more healing points that it will do. If you don't have a healer, recommend it. Like if you're a wizard and you got like a fighter mercenary that's running around behind the mob as you're kiting it around, beating on it, and you don't really have a heal, this would be good just in case you get hurt. Like you get stuck in the corners like there, the snare breaks, the root breaks, something like that, and they come after you. And they beat on you for a few. That would be recommended. Healing rune. This right here, I will buy this one. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and buy the healing rune too. This is the vicious rabbit. It doesn't last very long, but when it pops out and whatever mobs it goes at, I think when it first, to what I've been seeing is that when it first makes contact with whatever mob you're fighting, it will stun them, gives it a little time, and then it will follow behind and beat on them. It does pretty good damage. It doesn't last long, maybe 10 seconds. It's good for a little extra damage or finishing off a mob that's about to die, stuff like that. Like, and it takes time. You have to. The whole thing about this game is you have to stand still while casting the spell. Because if you don't, it messes it up. Unless you get one of those instant spells, like a wizard will get later on at the higher levels, like 70 or something like that, 70-ish. You get an instant spell. It's instant. You just click on it and it just keeps nuking. So that's really neat. There's a few other stuff you can look at if you want, but these are the 3 I recommend you get right off the bat. This finished up paperwork. The only thing I didn't like about this is like we're going to mercenary. We're going to dismiss this mercenary because it's crap. Trash mercenary. This over here. Here, let me cast this. So you have to stand still. Mercenaries. You held this one because you got the paperwork. Oh, you right click, my bad. Now you can hire a gingerbread mercenary. Can't do the journeyman because it's all access, and you can't do either that scarecrow or the legendary. I don't know how you get those. Maybe you can Google it if you want. These are low confidence. Higher up you go, the higher the confidence. So for this case, I'll probably you can get damage caster, tank, healer. See, healer, damage caster, tank, healer, melee damage. So it's just like a rogue. So I'm gonna go with healer. I'm gonna hire it, It's free. First, this is the thing I hate. It looks like a freaking gingerbread man. This thing is gonna follow me around and heal me. I hate this. And I think they have items in the marketplace that you can use to make them look different. But whatever, I'm not paying money for that. So, but they will cast HP buffs on you, stuff like that. Like if I click this off. Yep, now it's gonna cast. It's gonna put it back on me. So you can put it in passive mode right here. You just click on it and hit set active. So after this timer goes down, if they haven't done anything for that entire 15 minutes, they will not charge you money. And like I said, they're not going to charge you until you get like level 20 anyways. So, let's see. This right here is 5 to 49 items. Every time you start leveling up, always check this guy. When you come back, he'll give you items that you can buy from him. I'm not level 5 yet, so I can't really see anything except for stuff that people have sold him. This is 50 plus. This stuff is expensive too, so but it's always good to keep an eye on it. These are basically the places you'll be hanging out with to get gear until you get to level 50. Alright, now the last thing I wanted to show you, which, let me go over this real quick. Casters, like this class, does not fight well up front, so don't try not to get hit. So what this caster will do, which I don't have, you get a snare spell, which is for this character, I think it's like darkness or something like that. It's actually a dot to damage over time, but it slows their movement speed and does damage. That is a snare, is what we call it. Druids have snare, ensnare. Wizards have some kind of AE snare, which you don't want to get caught up in when you're using it, because if the mob gets too close to it, you will snare yourself. But you'll basically, with this character, you'll snare it, you'll send your pet out to fight it, and you'll sit back and soak up the experience by doing damage by life tap, or doing a few nuke spells if you have them, stuff like that. If you're a wizard, you do like I do all the time with my wizard. When I'm soloing, I will snare. If the snare fails, I will try to root immediately, back up, and try my snare again. And then when that happens, it'll be slowed. It'll be like walking like this fast to you. So that way you can run, stop, cast a spell, and nuke. And then run, that's kiting, right there. You'll do that until it's dead. Druids do it differently. They snare and they root, and then they'll put all their spell dots on them, which is damage over time, and then they'll sit there and watch the health go down. Very boring. Very boring. And then when they get low to like 20%, they'll do a nuke spell. Now, the thing is on this game is that when a mob, most mobs, when they get low, not all of them, but most of them, when they get to 20% health and they're snared, they will turn and try and run from you. But if they're snared, they'll just turn away from you, and you can beat them in the back, and they'll just stand there. Now, if they're rooted and they're below 20, they will constantly keep fighting until they die. So, snare yes, root no. So, unless you don't have snare, and the only thing you got is root, like enchanters and clerics, so they got is root, just to keep them from running off. Because if you're in a dungeon or something like that, and they run off because they're about to die into another room, they will pull every mob in that room and get you killed. So it's complicated. You'll learn as you play, but I highly recommend this game, because this, once you get used to it, it's really good. And just because you get a weapon and put it in your hand doesn't mean you're gonna be good at it. These are your skills right here. Okay, this is my skills. You get way more. Well, a caster won't, but a fighter will get more skills as you level up. Like, I got a dagger. Dagger is a one-hand piercing. Let's see, piercing one hand right there. My skill is 7 of 8 because I'm on only a level 2. When you get up to levels, you can get it up to like 300-400 if not higher. Okay, not on a caster though. Caster, I think it's like 170. So basically 7 of 8. A lot of my attacks with this dagger is going to miss because I'm not really good at it. So, and if I don't use a one hand slashing, or right here, one hand blunt weapon, which is, you know, a bonker stick. If I don't use one, and I might get level 50, my skill is gonna be at level 4. So I'm gonna miss like every freaking time I go to swing that thing. You gotta work on your skills. You got alcohol tolerance. You gotta drink alcohol to get good at it, so you don't get drunk constantly. Baking, you can beg people, you know, and the better you get at it, the more money they'll give you. The NPCs, some of them you might piss off. I don't know if they'll attack you. I'm not sure. Blacksmithing, brewing, channeling, common tongue language is at 100%. Stuff like that, and there's all kinds of different things. Throwing items, tailoring, you know, all that good stuff. Some of this stuff is maxed out, like I said, since heading, because they just, I don't know, they made the game easier by giving it to you. Anyway, this is the library. This is where you'll go, which, let me click this right here. This is the middle of the map. This building right here. There's 4 ways to get here. Well, 5. You get up that ramp right there, and there's a little staircase in every corner. Corner here, corner there, corner here, corner here. This is the place you go to find your spells. It's going to have, I think, just about every spell you'll ever need. Well, for at least the first 70 levels or so. So I'm going to, whoops. This is the atlas. It tells you different continents, stuff like that, by clicking on them. What's there, and you click on them, and it finds zone, which it won't be there because this is default. But with this one, it will be. So if I click on that again, and this is what that zone looks like. That's messed up. Anyways, current zone, key right there. We're gonna put that back right there. Alright. So this is in the middle. You go here, click the find button. I am a necromancer, so I'm going to go necromancer level 1 to 25 spells. This little thing will pop up. You gotta left click on the door to get it open. Oh, this is Arias, the guy who helped you escape from the dungeon. This is his wife. You can come here and talk to her if you want. She gives you a bunch of stuff like that. She's been waiting for him, but he's in the dungeon helping people survive. She loves him. Just a story, whatever. So just follow this to take you. You can actually follow this to take you to the zone area if you're out in the zone. So this will have every spell I need from 1 to level 25. This one I have from 26 to 50. Should be, where's 27? Oh, to 50. So 51 to 60, you know, and so on and so forth. Taking it all the way up to plus 81 spells right here. So didn't used to be easy like this before. You had there was a few that you can buy, but a lot of the good ones you can only get from fighting mobs or doing certain quests for. Like turning in or killing stuff, or going to different continents and buying it from those merchants that had them. It was really hard. So, but now you can just buy, and once you buy them and you load them up, they won't be here on this list anymore. So if you get to level 25 and you bought all these spells and you put them all in the book, when you go to click on this guy to look at them, all you're going to see is nothing. There will be nothing here. They won't even be able to move the tab because there's nothing there, because you got them all. So that's basically going to be it for my tutorial. Oh wait a minute, no, let's go with this inventory. Here's all your slots. I can't believe I'm doing this and not done this until now. Here's all your character slots, or not character slots, armor slots. You got earrings, chest piece, arms, belt, wristbands, legs, hands, gloves, gloves, shoes, charm. Never had anything in this slot. It's power source. I don't know how that works. Fingers, shield, weapon. These are for something else. This is like, assume it's something that got to do with higher levels and being premium probably. People pay out the butt for these things. I don't understand it, but whatever. Yeah, this is going to be the last thing I go with. This is your status. This is your basic health, armor class, what your haste speed is. Default's at 100. If you have a haste item, it's going to go up. So they tell you how much haste you have. Here's all your basic status. Flying kick stuff. I don't know why she's on here, because backstab, dragon punch, it's all monk stuff. I guess it's just default, and if you can have it, it'll show up. Don't know what these are for. I really don't. It tells you finding knowledge and sunrise heals obtain while maintaining an all-access membership. There you go. Mercenary can have a few gear. I don't know if you can just wear any gear or just special ones. Which is an earring, one necklace, one earring, shoulder piece, and a belt. So that's basically it for that. Now these are different. These are from kind of like an expansion. It was kind of like dungeons, like LDON dungeons, but it was different. And they give you these little crystals you can use to buy gear or augments and stuff with. Nobody ever does them anymore. You might be able to find them on the marketplace, but if you ever want to buy any, I mean, they still got good stuff. You can still go do it by yourself if you want. I think those you can do by yourself. I'm not sure. So that's basically it for this. Now when you get to level 51, you'll have this, an alternate adventure window. At level 51, you can stop completely leveling if you want to and work on AA points. Now an AA point is going to be like another bar. It's going to show up, and when it shows up, it's going to be right below this one. It'll be the AA bar. Okay, this bar is so much easier to fill up and finish than the leveling bar, and it's quick. So you can kill, especially higher up mobs in a double experience area or something like that, like a dungeon. Gives you more experience. You can get that bar filled up real quick. Maybe you go through a dungeon, get 2 or 3 AAs by the time you get done. Most of this, like this one, I think is basically the same for everybody. This one, not so much. Class, this is unique to your class. Specials, basically, I think it's maybe about the same for everybody. I'm not sure. Focus, I don't know. I haven't looked at these in a while because these are all new stuff, like 100, 105, 101. So yeah. And mercenary points. So mercenary will constantly get experience. And by the time you get to level 50, they might have like 5 or 6 points you can put in, and you can just check back anytime you want to. I think the only ones you'll be able to put into is improved health and mana until you get to higher levels. I'm not sure, until you get so many put in. So yeah, that's basically it. These are really good. So when I get to level 51 on any character, I go half and half. I'll put 50 experience in regular and 50 in AAs, and I'll just sit there and kill stuff. Run speed, that's what you'll need first. I recommend it for everybody, especially unless you can cast spells to make yourself run faster. Run speed, you can do 3 points, which is basically like Spirit of the Wolf spell being put on you, which is the soul speed. That makes you run faster. It's really useful, especially if you're in the dungeon or trying to run from a mob that's about to kill you, because if you got regular base speed, you're not going to outrun that mob because it can run just as fast as you can. So yeah, it's really useful. Casters can put in more points than Malay can. I don't know why that is. They just can. So the thing is that this auto grant right here, it's all access. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Checking this box will automatically grant you all AA abilities that you meet the requirements for the next time you enter the game from character selection or when your character level changes. Which means if you hit level, like if you hit 51, the AAs that are available at you, if you're an all-access member, which means you're paying $15 a month or you're paying $120 for a year or whatever, you log out to the character select screen and then you log back in, you will get every AA point for that level. Just gives it to you. Free of charge. Well, not really free of charge, but you know, just gives it to you. That pissed me off when I saw that. I was like, this is stupid. I actually rage quit and didn't play for like 6 months after that. Because I was like, wow, I'm sitting here working my butt off to get 1 AA points at a time, and people are just logging in and out constantly. I was like, wow. They'll get a level, they'll log out and log back in. So, irritated me. So if I do pay, because I've been waiting for people to actually get on and play. If we do, maybe we can do the $15 a month if people enjoy it. Like my dad, he was going to start playing again. I'll probably do the original servers because they've really broken the game. So, I mean, it's still fun. It's just not what it used to be, and it's really sad. Unless you do, again, pay the $15 a month, like old school, and play the old school servers. Then it would be worth it. That is the only time, which I actually see the appeal to it. You can do the Project 1999 thing where people go and install this big, huge file, and it's complicated as hell to get to work. Trust me. And then you got to update it when something comes in. If you don't update it right, you screw the whole thing. It's horrible. They need to figure out a better system. I actually had somebody to do it for me. It took like 30-something minutes for them to get the files moved around right and put it installed. And then it updated, and I couldn't play on the server and play my character until I got the update file in there. And then it got screwed up somehow, and I had to redo the whole thing. And then I couldn't get that person to help me for a while, and then I was just like, screw it, I'll just go back to regular EverQuest. So it was chaotic. Like I said, Project 1999, go see it if you want to. Google it. I mean, it's pretty good. If you like manually putting programs in constantly, having to update yourself when it comes up on the website so you can play your character. If not, pay $15 a month, do old school server. Highly recommended. The only problem with the old school servers, they do not have LDONs, I don't think. There might be some servers that have reached that far. There's some that starts from the beginning and will progress slowly to a certain point, or they're voted in how they would change. It's really good how they give that option. So this is what I look forward to. This is what I do. I play EverQuest all the time. I've been playing it for at least 18 years off and on. My dad's been playing it probably 20, or not 20 now. It's actually, he started it probably about 6 months to a year after it first launched. Yeah, that's basically it. If you have any questions on this video, please leave a comment. Ask me. I'll try to do my best. If not, I'm sorry this video is so long. I don't know how long I've been sitting here. It's probably at least 35-40 minute video, maybe an hour. Hell, I don't know. I do apologize, but there was a lot to go over. So if you want to, you can skim through it, see certain parts. But that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and y'all stay groovy.